it's Andrea from WellAndrea, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about something I have talked about before, probably not once, twice, at least 3 or 4 times, I think, and that is rest and recovery and the importance of it and how easy it really is to not pay attention to the signals our bodies are sending us and not pay attention to everything that is going on in life. I think when it comes to rest and recovery, we oftentimes, if we're following some sort of a program, we're so focused on only the workout component, and we're really forgetting about all the other things that impact rest and recovery. So it really is highly impacted by what else is going on in our life. And it's not only physical demands. In fact, oftentimes it's really psychological demands, or just a lot going on in our life, a lot of things we have to juggle mentally, and sometimes that then also includes a lot of physical demands on us that are maybe greater than normally. This can impact on our sleep, which of course is a big part of rest and recovery. And so I think, it's such a fine line. Sometimes it isn't a fine line of, completing a program, having some goals, and there's nothing wrong with that, but then not paying attention to the signals our body is sending. And the really, I think, dangerous part about this is that on the surface, we can sort of ignore this for a while without really terrible consequences. But it catches up to us really quickly. So, it is not normal to be absolutely exhausted after your workouts. It is not normal to not be able to do other things, to not have joy, right? Your sleep can be negatively affected in the sense that you are tired but wired, so many ways. And I think it is really important to pay attention. This also really changes as we are getting older. I've noticed that I definitely cannot do the same program at the same intensity, the same frequency that I was able to do a couple years ago. And I also noticed that life activities affect me a lot more. So for example, this week has been a very, very busy week with some unusual things happening that also just required a lot of mental energy as well as some physical energy. And so I absolutely scaled back on my workouts. And I know in the past I wouldn't have done this because I would have thought I'd get behind and my body can handle it. But, I really didn't do myself any favors. And I feel so much better listening to my body and doing gentler things like doing this 6 a.m. walk right now versus doing something more intense. I walked in the sunlight, was at my sunglasses for a couple minutes first, and now I'm just enjoying the sunlight. And I'm not going too fast. I'm going a little faster when I'm not recording, but it's a great way to start the day, and it actually will leave me feel energized. I hear the birds singing in the background. It really is what my body needs. It doesn't need an intense lifting session today. And I think it can be really, really hard to listen to our bodies. I have a friend who is a personal trainer, has been a personal trainer for many years, definitely knows about rest and recovery. We studied this, right? And he has seen it in his clients for many years. And he was going down a very dangerous path of not listening to his body at all. I tried to sort of tell him gently for several months, I would say, but he didn't really listen. And I do think that there is really only so much you can say, and people really need to figure that out for themselves oftentimes. But anyway, he ended up working himself into total burnout. And it's not been an easy road back from that. It's actually much more severe, and it really requires so much work psychologically and physically, and it's been a real journey. So I just want you to think about what you're doing and listen to your body. Look at everything that is going on in your life that is important, that impacts how you recover. And don't blindly follow a program because you purchased that program, you saw the program on YouTube, whatever it is, your friend is doing the program, whatever it is. You are you're an individual, you are unique, you have unique circumstances in your own life. So deep down inside what is right for you. So listen to your body, move every day in a way that is joyful, and also pay enough attention to rest and recovery. Bye now.